Host Darren in LA, and we do have a special guest this week. We have Kiki back on the podcast.
Hi.
Woo! I think
They
this is
can't hear you clapping. What's wrong with you?
I
Well,
think I believe this
You
is her
know,
third time on the podcast. Am I correct?
I don't even remember. Maybe it's
going
third
for a
time.
record.
Yeah,
I think it's the third. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
I guess so.
But how's your weekends? How y'all been?
I'm upset. It's already almost over. Like, I feel like the weekend
Crazy.
just started today. I've got nothing done. I've got no sleep. Got nothing done. I need to take tomorrow off there. We take tomorrow off.
I took the past 2 days off before the weekend. That was
Oh, so you selfishly had a real weekend.
yeah. I wouldn't call it a real weekend, but yeah, it was chill. Got to hang with the dog a little bit, get some stuff done.
Your dog?
Yeah, of course, my dog.
Oh, so you got a dog now.
Oh no! See what had happened was
I'm glad we got it on recording. Ralph is your
no,
dog.
Ralph
Good to
is not.
know.
Ralph is not my
Good to
dog.
know.
Ralph is the whole family's dog,
Nah,
and
that's not what you
Mm.
said.
trust me, Ralph is the whole family's dog. He don't listen to nobody. How y'all doing? How Kiki? How was your weekend?
Mm. Exhausting. I feel like I booked myself up for when you have ideas of plans, but nothing's really solidified. I feel like my social battery was just draining, and I was like, wow, everything I actually planned to do, everybody actually pulled through on it, and now I have to go for real. And that was like the entire weekend.
That's
I
when
was
you
like,
got.
y'all be lying every other time.
I'm not gonna make it last
I
minute.
know.
Is I guess it's better than them being like you get to that last minute and you like ready to go and then they call you saying yeah the plan's changed. I'm feeling.
I would rather be ready to go because it's nothing for me to take off my bonnet and put on my bonnet. It's nothing. Take off my shoes, put my bonnet on. It's nothing.
It's nothing. It's easy. I've done it many times.
Yes. If anything, I'm just waiting for that text. I'll wait an extra 5 minutes after I said, yeah, I'm leaving. Y'all still coming? I'm still at my house because I'm waiting for someone to be like, oh man, no, like this and this happened.
Just
Cool.
waiting. I wouldn't even have my shoes
Yep.
on if that's the case. If I know somebody's gonna say that.
No,
Yep.
I'm very similar. Like I won't go somewhere until someone I know is already there and can verify that shit is going down. Because I'm not leaving my house for
DM
nothing.
the someone.
Yeah,
I get that. I get that.
I can't. I feel like my time there's not as enough of it, and we got to use it efficiently. We're 30 years old now, Darren. We're old. We don't got that much time left.
Well, weekends.
Wow.
Weekends. I feel like time just be going dumb quick. That's the reason why. For real.
It's because of
I
football.
heard 30's like medium old though.
Medium.
It's only
Nah,
medium old.
I mean, I'm
30's
still
old.
sexy. I'm not like anything crazy. I just move a little slower.
You know what? I feel like
I'm
Drake.
medium. I'm medium well.
Yeah, I feel like Drake in the Way Too Sexy video when he's walking down the beach with his belly out. That's like that at 30.
Wow.
No, I don't feel like that yet. I'm still younger at heart. I'm maybe a medium rare.
That guy was
Darren
young
might
at heart.
Darren might be medium well.
Trust me, you should have saw him. He was young at heart.
Yeah, you should listen to his last
But
album. He's pretty young at heart.
We'll see.
Matter of fact, did y'all listen to that last album before we get started?
Scary
The
Hours
Scary Hours
or
that just came out.
it was Heat. Tell me why. Tell me how this nigga made 6 songs better than a whole album. Explain that to me,
Who?
Darren. I'm waiting.
Whose album?
First things first, Drake just dropped a new little EP, Scary Hours 3. And me
I,
personally, I haven't heard it yet. I've been listening to Andre 3000, but I've heard that a lot of people say that this is
wait,
a lot better than the actual album.
the flute album?
Yeah, I've been listening to Andre 3000. Yeah,
Wait, like the flute stuff that he put out.
yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that he let that out already. I didn't know
Yeah, that just came out this Friday. Drake
that.
dropped Scary Hours 3 at the same time. So I've been on like a totally
He's
different
always
vibe.
dropping that.
Exactly.
Just random stuff. Random stuff. I was like, how you just turn around? No promo, no nothing. No. no pushing it. Like it's gonna drop so and
You
so
learn
date.
from Wayne, man. You got to learn from Wayne. Mixtape
Yeah.
Weezy told you how to
That's
do it.
wild. And immediately go #1 after nothing, doing that little to
Nothing.
nothing. Crazy.
Apple says, "Here you go. Here's $1 million, and here's 50 more."
$1 million.
That's wild.
They pay him to be an Apple content creator, don't they?
They did originally,
Right.
but it was like a $6 million deal or something like that, and he just dropped like views on there. I think. I just want to say it was just that one album.
We'll see.
Rob, what's your opinion on the album though?
Scary Hours?
Yeah.
It's exactly what you said. It's way more concise, and it gets to the point faster. He gets his point faster, and it's just like when it's over, you're just like you feel fulfilled. It's kind of my same testament to why I like those when Kanye was doing those 7-minute albums with him and all his people. It makes the album more concise, and you get your point over quicker. So it's really fulfilling. And he sounded like an adult on this one. He sounded like a 37-year-old man.
Rob doesn't like Drake's last album because he apparently tried to sound young on the album.
He tried to sound like he
Oh,
was
that
one of the kids.
album?
What was it called?
That album. That was like lots of like weird like dance music and whatever. Was that not it or no?
Nah, not that
You're
one.
thinking honestly, never mind.
The one that just
Yes.
dropped. For all the dogs.
For my dogs.
For my dogs, yeah.
And it wasn't for the dogs.
I like the feel.
It was
I
not
like
for the
that
dogs.
album. You're crazy, bro.
Like
You're
the feel.
crazy.
It's a good album. Slimy Out is a good song. I like that song.
It's a good song. What will Future do? What will Pluto do? I mean, that's a good song.
Yeah.
You're crazy. They got hits on there.
First person shooter mode.
With J. Cole, that's a good song. It's a good song. They got good songs on there. He gave you 25 fucking songs and he said, you know what? Here's 6 more, bro. Shut the fuck up.
25?
I don't know if it's 25, but like I gotta scroll
it's
when I'm going
23
through that
actually.
album list.
No,
It's close.
23.
It's close.
That's crazy. When I see things like that, this is like when people have like the CDs and you flip over the CD and there's still more. Like that's the Michael Jackson-esque album. Like that's crazy. Who's listening to that?
Yeah, you can listen to it for the rest of the summer.
Okay, just kidding. Rich Baby Daddy's on that one. I like that song. I'm not gonna lie.
See?
Yeah, I like that song too. It's like perfectly ratchet though.
I'm telling you, this album was good, Rob. Stop hating.
Yeah, I don't know, Rob.
I argued with Rob 2 weekends ago or 3 weekends ago now about this album until I was sweating.
Yeah, you on your own with this one, bro. I'm sorry. It grew on me more. I haven't listened to it a lot, but
it's a decent album.
Members Only with Party. That song's fire.
It's a good song.
Everything with Party on it is fire. But
I listen to that album when I play Call of Duty and I'm fucking shit up.
I don't think that's a Call of Duty album. That's just me. Here's Darren.
I listen to a lot of music. I listen to Wale when I'm playing Call of Duty. I listen to Jeremiah when I'm playing Call of Duty. It's a good time. It keeps you from getting angry.
I think I want to be
so
angry,
many different
bro.
vibes.
I need to listen to like some Vaughn or something. I want to shoot the whole block.
No, because that's gonna get me angry every time I get killed. I listen to something nice, uplifting.
Wait, Rob.
Ratchet.
I'm confused. What's the beef with this last album compared to Scary Hours? Is it just more spitting?
Not necessarily. It's just more concise. It's just more concise. It's more fulfilling.
It's because it's not 23 songs and you don't have to listen to them all. That's what it is.
That's crazy.
No,
I'm gonna cut the album up into 6-piece chunks and let you listen to them and tell you it's a different album and see how you feel.
Don't even do that. You just got to reorganize the songs into 6-piece albums.
This album is cool. It is long. I will agree with that. It is a long album, but it's a cool album.
My problem isn't the length though. It's just like, what are we doing at a certain point? I feel like there's a ton of filler songs, if you will.
Filler song. You turn this man album to an anime.
I would agree with that statement.
Hey, bro, Drake is a high level Jonin, bro. So
I'm fucking weak. Speaking of rappers, y'all heard about what happened to Snoop?
Yeah.
RP.
It's not
So
alright.
when I first saw this, do we still call them tweeters? Wow, tweets,
Yeah.
or do you call them X's now? What are they?
I
Tweeter.
think they're still tweets, honestly.
They're still tweets.
I haven't heard anybody call them anything else.
Same.
So when I first saw this tweet, I didn't see the picture. I just saw the words, and I saw I'm giving up smoke, and I'm like, who is Smoke, and why is he giving up? So I click the link, and I see this picture, and I see it says, after much consideration and conversation with my family, I've decided to give up smoke. And I'm thinking this man's like giving up his dog or something, or like his favorite car. And like I go do some more Googling. This man's giving up marijuana. Like Snoop Dogg, who is synonymous with marijuana, is giving it up. What is happening in the world? Are we in a simulation?
Times change, man. Times
I'm
change.
honest-
What's going on? Didn't
I'm
he
assuming-
hire someone not too long ago for like $50,000 a year to roll him once?
That was
Yeah.
probably the first talk his family had with him.
Honestly, LA, the only thing I can think of, there has to be something health related.
You think so?
Yeah, I think his doctor might have. He's like, what is he, like 52 now?
I don't know how old Snoop Dogg is.
I think he's in his
Fine.
50s. He's getting older. His doctor probably told him to slow down or something. And he probably had to have an intervention or something with his family.
Snoop Dogg is 52 years old, yeah. But I mean, like,
Wow.
he's got his own type of weed. He's got like so many different businesses and stuff. Like that's part of his like, what do you
Brand.
call it? Not like brand. Like all his shows. Like he's doing stuff with like. I mean, like, it's just interesting to me that such a connoisseur, such a person who pushed something like this, like the rights for it, try to get people out, is now in such a public way giving it up.
I feel
Well,
like
very-
this is like Snoop Dogg is like our Cheech and Chong for the black community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's like them giving up weed. I feel like
That's
people
like
will get
Wiz
really upset.
Khalifa coming out for the new generation of y'all listening. That's like Wiz Khalifa coming out and saying, I'm giving up weed. You're going to be like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, is it safe to smoke weed though?
Instead of Cheech and Chong, I would say Woody Nelson. Makes
Who,
music.
Bob Marley, whoever you want to compare him
Yeah.
to. Like, whatever name, when you think of weed, that's my Snoop Dogg. Like, how is, like, what is happening? Like, who? Did he lose a bet? You think he lost a bet?
I think it's the tobacco and the blunts that put him down.
He does.
You don't
He just
gotta
looks
smoke
like way
blunts.
older. He looks way
Does he?
older than 50 though. Like, yeah. I don't know. He just
Snoop
looks older
always
to me. I
looked
wouldn't really say it probably would
older
be
to
like
me.
health, like probably a health issue, but like maybe some people be like, oh, you know, I'm ready to put it down because like that's childish now. I gotta be done with my childish ways. Let me just be a adult, whatever that look like. Let me put this weed down. I don't know.
He
But-
do look older though. He do look older. There's
He
no
looks like
question.
he's 60.
Yeah, I didn't. That's why I was surprised when you said 52. I was like, dang.
You
Because
think he looks like
logically, I
he's
feel like he don't.
60?
He don't look. He look older than 52.
Older was outrageous what I was gonna say, but I definitely feel like it was. But logically, I know that does not make sense because Ice Cube and them are like 50s and stuff, but they don't look like. He looks like you're in a neighborhood of like 60, 70 to me. That's just me though.
I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I feel like Snoop's always looked good to me. Like, that's Uncle Snoop. He looked good to me.
I think that's
crazy.
just because we always seen him. But if you see him from like
Yeah.
let's say mid 90s or early 2000s to now, like
But you
that's-
got to remember that's 30 years ago. Like, people age. He's
I
been
get it.
he's been touring day
All right,
after
but
day. Like,
fair. If you do that, you got to say the same with like a LL Cool J or somebody like that. And if you
LL
see
Cool
them
J
from
stopped touring
2000
20 years ago.
all right, so touring, you're
He's out
saying
there solving crimes.
touring does that much aging on your body.
I'm just saying he's moving all the time, moving. Like, he might not be sleeping. It's good. Like
He did.
like weed is
He did
medicinal
have
to
health
some
issues
people.
going on, though, right?
Huh?
He did have health issues going on, though, right? I feel like he did.
I don't know.
Like, he got
Maybe.
kind of serious at one point.
I hope
I don't know. I
not.
might be making it up, but I feel like he was one of the people that was like something serious was going on. And if your main thing is like smoking, if it was edibles, I might, it might be a little bit different. But if you just smoking strictly known for smoking, it might be affecting you a lot different.
No.
I can't imagine.
Well, we'll see, and we'll pray for Snoop D-O-double-G, Uncle Snoop, see what's going on with him later on in life.
Imagine being his wife and waking up and not smelling no weed smell 5 days straight, and you like,
You good?
it's
What's wrong? I don't smell like potpourri or nothing in here.
crazy. If you go on his IG, he got like a picture of his ashtray, like so many roaches in his ashtray, and he swears it's just one day, less than a day sometimes.
All
Wow.
right. Well, we're gonna pray for Snoop. Moving on to other topics in hip hop. What happened to Diddy, dog? I woke up one morning and they say Diddy out here wilding. What's going on with this Diddy situation?
First of all, 50 Cent been told us about Diddy. 50 been trying to tell us
What did 50 say?
about this man.
Multiple times.
What he
He
say?
They
didn't
called out
speak on
Diddy.
it to his. I just remember that breakfast like podcast, and he like, this man saying something, he want to take me shopping. You a grown man trying somebody trying to take me shopping? But I was just like, it was just like, oh, well, he's just like, oh, that's homophobia or whatever. But it wasn't talking about like the abuse and all that stuff, like the whole like Mace thing. If he had led with that, I'd be like, let me listen a little bit closer. But he was just like, this man's out here doing some weird stuff.
What did he do to Mace?
When he was trying to leave, he was trying to leave, I think, Bad Boys or something or whatever. He was trying to leave that and go to 50 Cent's group, and that's why Diddy wasn't letting him out of his contract. So he was like trying to keep him in there. And then I guess there was a song that was out too that he was putting out saying that he knew who Big's killer was,
Mm-hmm.
and he was trying to keep him quiet or whatever. So he was trying to lock him in. But there's also like with all this Cassie stuff and things going on in there too, they're trying to say that he's all of that. He knew too much and he's tied into a lot of different things, so he wouldn't speak up about the weird things going on. So
A lot of weird
I feel like the
You,
story took me by surprise.
Y'all see what he did to Justin Bieber back in the day?
Mm-mm.
So I saw this video this week. I could probably find it real quick, but he pulled up on Justin Bieber and got mad at Justin, like literally pressed him because they weren't hanging out enough. And this is like probably like a 13, 14-year-old Justin.
Okay.
Then he started buying him like cars and
Yeah.
shit. It was kind of creepy.
It was. I heard he did the same thing with Usher. That's why Usher's like so close to him too. So I'm like, cause like why were it sounds like, and it sounds bad, and I hate to say that, but like how like people were talking about Michael Jackson and all the things going on there, and it was just like why are you a grown man trying to spend time with people's kids and like without their parents there, and like you're talking about they're sleeping over at your house. At one point, he had like custody of I think it was either Usher or Justin Bieber. Like he had they were living with him for whatever
That's
point in
wild.
time, like parents still in the picture.
I don't know,
So I was
man.
like,
It's real wild and real weird to me. But I feel like once you become a billionaire, you just lose touch with reality. I've been saying it for forever for all billionaires, from Elon Musk. I've been saying it from Kanye when he was a billionaire. Apparently, Diddy was the strongest to hold out.
create your own reality if you have that much money.
The
You
thing
just-
is, I don't know about that, LA. He was doing this shit before being a billionaire, bro.
When did Diddy become a billionaire?
I don't
What's
know.
the
I
problem?
would say the past couple years he was doing
What's the
weird
rock,
shit
right?
before them, because he was dating Cassie far before.
She was 19.
2022.
Yeah, she was 19 when they met, I think.
Yeah, he's just been weird, dog. He's the weird dude.
I don't know. I
Like,
feel
I
like
didn't
I'd
know
be a
until
weird
I
dude too if I was a billionaire though.
Yeah, y'all keep saying that. I'm telling y'all, he was weird before being a billionaire.
Oh,
It's having the money. I think it's having the money that changed because or having the power of seeing what you could do once you had that.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, once you had like a rapper underneath you that you put on that's making history, what can anybody say to you in your mind? What can anybody say to you? People are gonna flock to you because of what you can possibly do for them. Not really looking at like you put everybody on, but like you're the only one making money and everybody dying.
Music money is a lot of money, but it's not enough money for me to think that you like. That's the reason why he got spirits and stuff
In
like that.
2008, Sean Combs' net worth was estimated at $380 to $450 million. So in 2008,
Wow.
he was rich.
He was rich,
Yeah.
yeah. I wouldn't say he wasn't rich because he's 20 years in the industry at that point. But at the same time, I just don't think
When did they meet? 2000 what?
her is Cassie.
Mm,
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's
I
in the
don't.
document.
I'm just trying to.
They met in 2005.
So let's say he had $350 million when they first met. I feel like with that much money and influence, like you can do you in your mind, you perceive you can do whatever you want. And I feel like that is what happens to people. They say what power corrupts.
But
Like once
you gotta finish the quote, LA.
what is it?
I think it's power corrupts, but absolute power, but power, I don't know. I fucked it up too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Power corrupts absolutely, or something like that.
Yeah, like you can say whatever version of whatever quote you want, but in the
Just
end,
say what
power
Kanye
corrupts.
said.
Like if you have that much influence over people, you sign these people's checks. Like if you're not grounded in yourself, like you can easily take advantage of people, whether or not you meant to, or you do. Like it's
I think you did. I feel like naturally, like the music industry is predatory. You see that with like TLC, anybody who had like a 360 deal that was doing anything at that time specifically. So like it's
I
naturally like a
mean,
predatory industry.
that's what what's homie from Hustle and Flow. Uh
Terrence Howard.
yeah, he said that he got paid what $12,000 for that show, and
Yeah,
he got no royalties from that.
He's
Nothing.
suing,
I'm like,
crazy.
he's suing right
that's
now.
crazy to me to
Because did
think
you hear
Yeah.
the
that.
most craziest part of that?
Oh,
I guess because he made the song with 3 6 Mafia or whatever, that they took the name of the character and made the song by the name of the character, not
so he
Terrence.
didn't get paid.
He didn't get paid for that either. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. That song won an Oscar, bro.
That's
That's
wild.
fucked up.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
They can do that.
yeah,
He's suing them
hey,
right now. He's gonna try to sue him.
he already signed the paper. It's over with. You
That's
lost.
crazy.
See, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they have the ability to do all these things, but like, what's happening inside of this court case document is
Yeah, can we go through
Yeah,
it?
let's go
Because
through this.
this ain't really
It's like
like
a quick summary, I think,
any-
on like page 2 of like what she details, I think. Or if you scroll down a little bit more. Right here, boom.
Oh my God, LA, you want to be our
Yeah.
reader?
let's do it. Among other violent and unlawful acts, Mr. Combs, and I'm just reading, R-word Miss Ventura in her own home after she tried to leave him, often punched, beat, kicked, and stomped on Miss Ventura, resulting in bruises, burst lips, black eyes, and bleeding, blew up a man's car. Holy shit.
Oh
After
yeah,
he learned that he
Oh,
was
yeah.
romantically interested in
yeah.
Ventura.
Pause, LA.
So
Pause,
can
LA.
we pause right there?
This
Can I
nigga thinks
take
he's
this
in a
over?
Martin
Can I take-
Scorsese movie.
Let me take this over real quick. So the
Mhm.
thing that I actually put in the group chat that I wanted to is a video, but I guess it was Kid Cudi's car because I guess her and him started talking. Diddy
Yeah.
couldn't take that and blew up dude's car. Mind you, J. Cole got in a fight with Diddy like years ago at this point. They said after that, J. Cole been on a bike in New York ever since. I thought that was the
Oh my
funniest
God.
shit in the world first.
That's not okay. If any of these allegations are anywhere near true, this is not okay.
I mean, it's,
Force Miss Ventura to engage in acts within sexual acts with male sex workers while pleasuring and filming the encounters. What did I
What?
just read?
They
Yeah.
basically said
Yeah.
he's self-made cuck. That's what they said. That's what that is. He paid dudes to have sex with his wife so he can jack off to it. That's what exactly.
They
what
weren't married.
it wasn't
They
his
were
His
wife.
married.
girlfriend. Well, on and off
That's like
girlfriend,
a
whatever
that's
you
like
want
a
to call
gang
it.
rape then.
Okay.
They never said if it was just one person or however what the
Oh,
case
that's
may be. It was
gross.
just it
That's
happened.
plural. It
Oh,
says
Diddy looking
workers.
crazy, bro. All right. Who's that? Who was that one financial guru that they took out like a couple years ago?
The one
Bald head
violent
black man
Epstein.
does all the credit cards and shit. Damn, y'all already forgot about him.
Black men.
He was like a soul brother. Like he was doing like yoga and shit.
I don't know what y'all want.
I figure his
He's
name
trying
wasn't
to say
Simmons.
Russell Simmons.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of.
That's how you describe him?
Yeah, that was terrible, right?
The
That
rush
was
car.
terrible.
Wow, that's how you describe Russell
I
Simmons
was
to
like,
people?
this is like a holistic man who does like, you know, yoga and he's got a cult. Like I'm like, who is it?
You talking about because he had the BET debit card? That's what you remember him from?
You
Yeah.
mean the rush card so you can get
The
your
rush
paycheck a
card,
week
whatever
early.
it was. Yo, you are trash as a human being, Rob.
What was I
Rob
supposed to
don't
say?
know. Rob don't know what Russell Simmons is known for. That's the problem.
You are
Rob don't
trash.
know. He don't know. You gotta let it go, man. You just gotta let it go.
Hey, bro, Darren, I just saw him in a bunch of commercials being like a holy brother, just like
You
being like, let's
never
just go
wonder
with it.
why he got how he got there.
I know he owned a bunch of shit. Like, I know he owned I forget what it's called now. It was like a YouTube channel.
He started Def
Def
Jam with
Jam,
Run
bro.
DMC.
Def Jam, all you had to say was
He
Def
put
Jam. I
on
was
Run
like,
DMC,
who?
LL Cool J, all these other names that you could have. But
Public Enemy.
I know
Rob
LL
don't
Cool
want to
J.
do no history. Rob don't want to do no history research.
I know
He
LL
just
Cool
want to
J.
watch the commercials.
He
But
likes the rush commercial.
that's
Yo,
it.
okay, but what was you talking about him for?
Because he got
What?
set up a couple years ago. They took him out.
How did he get set up?
He was like, he was a very public person. Then they like a bunch of allegations came out against him, and he kind of like took a step back from like from his public persona, if you will.
He was
I
already
mean,
back.
You
I
mean
don't.
after the 7 women said
Yeah.
that they were R-word by him?
Yes.
there's also that he was with his Kimora Lee Simmons was his ex-wife. He met her when she was like 15 in high school, and this man was
I'm just
definitely like
saying.
40 something.
I'm just saying. The writing was on the wall, so
Yeah, and that's why they're also saying this case in itself. I can't wait till this thing blows up because it's a rabbit hole in itself. Somehow, some way, this is tying back to him too, because Kimora Simmons was offering like her own 2 cents about like, you know, you will reap what you sow, da 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 da, because she knew so much and like she got issues with him, Russell Simmons, because he was probably intertwined in some of this weird stuff. Diddy has lots of like weird, allegedly weird sex
allegedly.
parties and things going on, and they're saying that lots of like men, male and female, have been involved in these parties and things. So that's a lot of people who are being quiet because they don't want to their business being told. So that's what people are all saying now. So they're like, yeah, he's been known for doing stuff for decades.
Actually, what's crazy is I was actually watching the documentary. I know we going down a rabbit hole real quick, but I was watching a documentary with LA, and I think you remember Kimora Lee Simmons' new husband was like caught in some type of Ponzi scheme or something like that. You don't remember this? You gonna remember his face as soon as I show you.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
what was
Malaysia.
it?
He was part of stealing money from Malaysia. That's what it was.
What was Jolo?
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
he was cool with.
Yeah,
Was that?
Jolo.
Yeah, Jolo. Yeah.
Because they did Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Jolo.
But that's just getting down a rabbit hole. Ultimately, I think you're right about this. I think this is not going to see the light of day in the courtroom because there's too many people that would just be like, I can't do this.
I
All right,
don't know, 'cause he's not well liked either.
I'm gonna run through these bullet points real quick. So, ran out of his apartment with a firearm in pursuit of a rival industry executive whom he learned was nearby. Demanded that Ms. Ventura carry his firearm in her purse just to make her uncomfortable and demonstrate how dangerous he is. Introduced Ms. Ventura to a lifestyle of excessive alcohol and substance abuse and required her to procure illicit prescriptions to satisfy his own addictions. Let's keep scrolling. Oof.
Here's a
Keep
bunch
going.
of bullet points.
Yeah, you can start right there, honestly, because they met in 2005. She was 19. Da, da, da.
He was
Oh,
37.
wow. Asserted complete control over her personal and professional life by ensuring her inability to escape his hold. He provided unprecedented avenues for success for the aspiring artists. Blah blah blah. Yeah, wow. I didn't skim through this to try and find where the actual like high points for it, but it's lengthy, very lengthy.
Yeah, this is just keep scrolling down until you find more bullet points. I don't want to read any of that out loud. Okay, factual allegations. She meets middle-aged Mr. Combs as her career begins. Let's keep going down. We'll find another bold one. Mr. Combs lures Miss Ventura to a relationship. Keep going. Mr. Combs exerts control over her career and personal life. Keep going. Mr. Combs and Miss Ventura's relationship becomes violent and abusive. Keep going.
So I feel like this is just like the actual like in-depth
Yeah.
analysis of what we already read.
Okay, good. Into
Sex trafficking?
hired a man and brought the man into his home in Los Angeles. The man, Mr. Combs, and Miss Ventura wore a masquerade mask and ingested drugs. Mr. Combs directed Miss Ventura to perform sexual acts with the man while Mr. Combs watched them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh man. That's so weird. Diddy do seem like that type of dude though.
Diddy called the arrangement a freak off, and he would repeatedly tell Miss Ventura at random moments that he wanted a freak off. And she was eventually expected to facilitate the location and the hiring of the people.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Facilitating your own abuse is wild. I've never.
I don't want to ever be a victim blamer, but I never understand like why don't you call someone?
It's Diddy.
I mean, like what they led us up to, like it's the cycle of abuse. If somebody is being abused, they gotta like isolate you from the people that's closest to you, make you financially
But
dependent on
like
them.
I think it's a payday.
She's like 19.
I
She's like
get it,
19, 20. What do you know?
but
True.
you know right from fucking wrong.
When you're 19 or 20, if I hear somebody, me right now, I'm turning 26. If I hear somebody yelling, "Oh, I'm grown, I know everything," da da da, I'm like, man, shut up. Because what do you know? Like,
You don't
you
know
don't know
shit.
anything. Exactly. So like 19, 20, and you're going into the music industry, you don't know nothing about this kind of stuff. People around you, grown people, are watching this man do this for decades and not saying anything. Like his wife just died. Well, his actual wife that he married died. Like, if you could take her out the game, why would I open my mouth and say anything? You could take me out today. I'm just a girlfriend.
I get it.
I don't know.
I get it. But that's just so wild to me. Like, bro, like, and I get it back in the day, like, it was harder. There was no TikToks and Facebooks and stuff. Like, I get it. But, like, you got to be able to have somebody that's your road dog. Right? You can be like, bro, this shit ain't sweet. Like, you need to help me.
Everybody's getting a check. Everybody's getting a check, and they're probably scared too, but they don't want to say that.
But
It's like
now,
this.
no one's scared.
It's
Yeah,
not no one's
Ludacris is
scared.
back.
People are supporting her, but she's the first one that spoke up. There's several people that had lawsuits put out, like even on a Wikipedia, quick Wikipedia search, there's several people, celebrities that put assault charges against him. He has to settle outside of court, gag orders, keep it discreet, paid them all off. Every single one of them.
I mean,
Paid them
just
off.
imagine how many NDAs was being signed at that time as well, and how many people wasn't in NDAs. You know what I mean?
And you can see this stuff starting up too still. Like he was with Young Miami not that long ago, who's now going by Carisha. And now she's not part of City Girls no more. She's her little podcast that she was doing now blew up because after she started messing with him, he still was doing his own little thing. Like it sounds very similar to like his mess with Cassie and all his other relationships. So like,
If
who's
anything,
to say
use
what's really
this
going
man,
on?
boost your career, and then dip. Like, do what you got to do. Don't be with him.
You're
Don't
already
get
locked
abused.
in.
Like,
You're already
don't
locked
sit there
in.
and get abused, man. That shit is so sad to me.
The problem is, I would argue when you get with him, your career goes the opposite way. That's what I would argue. Not
I feel like
not from the musical standpoint. Like we didn't hear a lot of Cassie music after she got with Diddy. And
I only know
she wasn't
one
actually
Cassie
like
song.
a good artist, to be honest. Like if Cassie, if you see any of Cassie's like live shows, like she could not really sing. Like she's very pretty. She could probably do like a nice low 8 count. That's cool. But like she seemed like she didn't even really want to do that stuff after a while. It just didn't sound like, especially if they're saying this is true, they're actually being abused. Like I probably wouldn't want that stuff either. It wasn't the intention to actually like do music. And I feel like it's just like to have her as like a trophy because people today are still singing about Cassie, talking about Future talking about bitch so bad look better than Cassie. Like she is like this, she was the standard for a minute. So I mean, it's not necessarily to boost your career, it's for him to look good.
Damn, she look like that.
The story is that Diddy saw a model shape like with half of her head shaved, made Cassie
Yeah.
do the same. And when I tell you so many women did the exact same because of Cassie, it was crazy.
Wait, this is her?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is she Latina?
Her last name Ventura.
I
She
ain't-
probably mixed with Puerto Rican or Cuban or something. Who knows?
Oh yeah, did he right then? He should
Did
have.
he
He
right
should have
for
been
what?
putting her out there like that.
She
Maybe
got
music.
married to someone. Good for her.
That's when
I
she got
wonder-
out, yeah.
She got married.
Oh, she got a white man.
Mhm.
Is that wrong? That makes me feel some type of way.
What?
That she's with a white man.
I mean, if she's happy and she left this man, I don't think it gotta be that he's white.
Yeah.
Fuck
One thing
happy.
is-
So she's married now, and now she's suing him. Now that she's married and out of his clutches. Okay. Now that at least answers the why now for me.
What
that
conclusion are
explained
you coming to?
that. I thought
No, I'm
money.
just no, I'm just saying the why now. If you were getting in a situation to me, like get help, run away, but she got away. She was able to heal. She got married, and now the closure part. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Closure. They settled it.
Yeah, and I get it.
Mm.
I get it.
So what's like the next
I don't
step in
know.
the process of this case?
They
Like
settled it.
what's next?
It's over.
She gets paid, and then she heals, and never
Oh, the
has to
case
deal
is
with P
over?
People are
Diddy
saying
again.
that they think people are saying that there's like this probably not just gonna get left here. They think like something like federal, it could be federal, like they might pick it up or the government might pick it up and like try to go after him. But I was like, I don't know. I would hope that if there's like some truth to this, there's other people who are affected by it. I hope that they could come out and try to get their justice too, because that is wild.
Well, if they settle, she can't testify or anything, right? She settled.
I'm sure she's not the only one with a story, so
Well,
that wouldn't
then
even probably
they
be
need to
it.
come out and get this bread. Come get this bread.
That's
He
what I
got a
forgot to
lot
tell
of it.
you. You guys hear about his maid story?
Yeah.
Here we go.
His maid?
Yeah, apparently,
Be as PC with this as you possibly can before you say this, Rob.
got you. Apparently, Diddy was cooking eggs or something, or he told his maid to like cook him breakfast or something, and he walked out in
Yeah.
his robe, butt ass nigga under the robe, walked out his robe, pulled his robe out, and he just like had his shit hanging, and said, "Come suck this" or something like that, something super sexual, and made her super uncomfortable.
Oh, I thought this was a chef. I think this was personal chef. It was like
Oh yeah, personal chef.
2017 or something.
Yeah,
I was about to say, I mean, it could have been a maid for all I know. It could have been someone else. Wow.
I just know they were cooking
When I looked up
breakfast or
on it.
something.
Yeah. Ugh, I think she settled out of court too. Everybody who had a lawsuit settled. Every single person.
I've only
And like
heard
when I looked
that.
it up on
Why
I've
not
only
get $1
heard that
million
story 2
and have to
times.
not go to court?
30 million. I'm just saying.
I've only heard people do
He's
that
got
do
it.
that 2 times in my life, and you got to be a weird ass nigga to pull some shit off. I've heard Diddy did that shit, and I heard Ric Flair did that shit. You got to be a different type of nigga to do some shit like that. Just pull your
It's
dick
the
out.
blow and the money. When you got too much blow and too much money, shit go crazy.
Oh,
You
wait.
just start pulling your dick out in front of your workers, the people that work for you. That's crazy.
When
bro.
you at this level of rich, bro, I'm telling you, you lose sense of reality. I'm trying
really-
to tell you.
Yeah, I don't think Rob can understand. Like, you see that person
Don't
as
have worries no more.
we see that person as a chef. He sees that person as a worker, whether it's a sex worker, chef, maid, or whatever whatever they're supposed to be doing for him.
I'm paying
That's
you,
what
aren't you? Come do this job. And it's unacceptable behavior.
it is. It is unacceptable, but that's just his
You
brain.
lose touch. I think you lose touch with reality, dude. Like, thank God we got the LeBron James of the world who are good standing moral figures
Black
that we
men.
can look forward to. I hope Dion's watching this so he can get mad. So he could say, "What about Jordan?" I'll be like, "Jordan was not a nice person."
Yeah, yeah.
You've seen all the documentaries
hilarious.
that people don't like Jordan.
That basketball camp where he told them kids they would all get free shoes if he made this shot and made every single shot.
I'm not missing.
Them kids was like, bro, that's crazy. Not even free shoes just because.
Nah, you don't get nothing free. Not from from
That's
Jordan.
wild.
Not from Jordan. No.
You
He said
expect
from,
you
Wow.
expect it after he makes all the shots to be like, yeah, you still got the shoes. He's gonna be like, no.
he'd be like, "Bro, come to Southside Chicago."
Got it for $300 a pop.
Man, this shit is crazy. But in all honesty, like anybody in the world who does need help, please call somebody. Like, do not sit there and please, like, don't do anything wild. Don't get yourself hurt or killed, but
Don't
take care of
abuse.
yourself. Don't
Yeah.
take abuse. Like, there are ways out of this. People are there to help. Don't sit and suffer in silence.
Correct.
I feel like that's easier said than done.
I
feel like-
understand,
Yeah.
It is sometimes.
I get it. but you have to be brave. Like, sitting there in silence and suffering, I feel like is not helping you or anyone in the world, because these people are getting away with it and moving on to the next. And it's not a thank you.
Oh, real quick, speaking of the devil, did y'all hear that the I forget his name now, but the dude playing Kang, he basically got off?
Did he recently get back off? Because I heard they were going to court for it again.
I thought they proved that he was innocent.
They arrested a girl and then they countersued because she had no reason to be arrested, and now they're pushing it back to trial. This was the last thing I read like a month ago. But if they're done with it, good for him, because the Kang movie's slated for next year, and I can't wait for Avengers vs. Kang.
That's the thing, though. Like, I heard that they're moving away from Kang because of all this shit.
No, they just slated it for 2024.
I heard that they're going to try to shift to Doctor Doom.
Yeah, 2 more days. Yeah, 2 days.
They're going to Doctor Doom. No,
that's what I heard. That's the rumor.
I will give up on Marvel.
Yeah,
today.
You've lost my business if that's what's happening. I've been invested
Dr.
too
Doom's
long for
way
this
cooler.
bullshit. I sat
Don't
through
do this,
the
bro. Don't do
I
this.
sat through the Marvels for this.
Yes.
Don't you do this.
Yeah, don't do this. You can't do that.
Doctor Doom.
It's the Kang Dynasty, bro. The
I
whole
sat
thing
through
about
all of Loki for this.
the whole thing about Marvel and his new adaptation is that it teaches stuff that the normal comic book nerds do not know. Most people do not know Kang, most people do not know Kang. They know Doctor Doom. They probably don't know Thanos or like that. But ultimately, you see what
know who
I
Kang
hope
is.
y'all see what I'm getting at.
Darren is wrong. He does not speak for all of us.
I do
Darren
speak
does not
for.
speak for us.
Okay, let me finish what I'm saying. So, you know Spider-Man is a main movie. Did they start with Spider-Man? No, they started with Iron Man, right?
Who?
Marvel. That's what they started with.
Do you know why?
I didn't want this going to Marvel.
Do you know why?
Why
Because
did
they didn't own the IPO, because they sold it to Sony because Marvel was failing as a company.
So you think that Marvel will still be as successful if they would have started with Spider-Man instead of Iron Man?
Double as successful.
Disagree.
Darren, he's right though. He's kind of cooking right now.
He's wrong.
Spider-Man was the number one superhero.
You might not be able to build the story, y'all. Y'all know that. You need Iron Man to come in before Spider-Man.
That is not true. That is incorrect.
That's what their whole connection is. You telling me you telling me at the end of Endgame when Tony and he's crying over Tony essentially, right? You telling me you get that same emotion with Spider-Man starting out the universe?
Yeah, you can still pull that off.
Yes.
No, you can't. You guys are come on, y'all.
First of all, different
Peter
Parkers. Different Peter Parkers.
We're done. Y'all can't do this.
Don't get in a nerd fight with me, Darren.
This is not a nerd fight. This is an anti-nerd fight. That's what my whole point was. The people who don't know comic books want to see the things that they don't originally know. They know everything that they already was seen before the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So when you seen the Fantastic Four back in the day, you know Doctor Doom, right? You don't know Thanos. You don't know Kang. That's my whole point. Now, with that being said, we don't have to continue with it.
I see what you're saying, Darren, but like Ellie was saying, it was before the MCU and before Marvel got a hold of it. It's specifically Marvel handling it because Marvel has done so well of handling these characters. People have hope that they will be able to fix a Fantastic Four. Because historically,
Correct.
there's never been a good Fantastic Four movie
Because FX fucked it up.
multiple times. So people are excited to see what Marvel can do with them. Same thing with the X-Men. They're excited because Marvel usually doesn't miss.
Yo, they don't miss because they're building out a cinematic universe that continues to tell a story throughout the whole thing. And you can't do that without starting with Iron Man. That's my whole point. That's my whole point.
Okay.
If y'all disagree,
and that's fine. I agree. I agree that you're wrong with Rob.
Yeah, I agree with LA. He kind of cooked you, Darren. I'm gonna be 100 with you.
I disagree. So I'll rewatch this and see.
All right.
It's okay.
This is wild.
LA, what's going on in China?
Oh, so remember how we have nerd battles here a lot, and I geek out about internet speed, and y'all look at me crazy, and then I tie it to like AI and like self-driving cars, and then y'all like, oh, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, in America, we have gigabit internet, right? Like when we have 5G, we have home Wi-Fi. Like if we ran a speed test on Rob's computer right now, don't do it. It gives away too much information. Don't do it. Don't do it. You'll see that it like gigabit connections, like that's standard in America in cities. Now in China, in some major cities, China has upgraded their network to be 1,000 times faster. I lied, 100 times faster. Because, to be from gigabyte to terabit per second. So now these people are able to move data at a speed of 150 4K movies a second. So think about that. We can maybe move 50 at best, 5 to 50 4K movies. They're doing these per second.
Yeah.
Like that data speed, like their TikToks are even faster now, but their self-driving cars can communicate that much faster. The robots that are doing heart surgery on those networks are able to communicate that much faster.
The people who buy shoes, the people who buy shoes and just press that button super quick, like right as midnight hits, they can get it quicker than us now too.
You're able to send 100 times many more connections now because the throughput is faster.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty dope.
It is.
Darren, you know that's robots, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, with a terabyte of speed, I mean, they're just going back.
So let's say Rob, let's say Rob buys the new Marvels movie from Disney, and it's $10.99, and he buys it, and it takes 5 minutes for him to download it on his PlayStation, right?
Okay.
Someone in China doing the same process, it will take them 0.5 seconds to get that movie.
Got you.
Like it is a world of difference. I think this is crazy. I can't wait till America gets on board. Just so y'all know, Joe Biden is starting to push a infrastructure bill to get our aging electronic grid systems up, and it does include infrastructure for fiber because we are still on coaxial, which is over 50 years old, y'all.
Okay.
I can't wait. Can't wait for the future. Definitely vote your conscience.
That's good to know.
I heard download your conscience. That's what I heard.
It might be download because when we get this kind of internet speed, I'm downloading mine. I'm getting a robot body. I keep trying to tell y'all. But on to sadder news. Do y'all remember when I told y'all about this Rich Neck Elementary School teacher who got shot by her student?
Honestly,
okay.
No.
Well,
give us a recap.
Well, we did the topic a while back, so I don't blame you. Anyway, little boy got up and he decided he was tired of his teacher telling him whatever his teacher was telling him. He stood up, went to his teacher, and just unloaded on her. She did not die. She lived. She said it was the most traumatic moment of her life. Even in that situation, she was trying to help the other children leave the room and get safe. After this event, she sued the school board, she sued the family, and now she's getting... These events are happening. So the mother is being sentenced to 21 months in prison and 2 years probation. Let's scroll down and okay, before we scroll down, just off of that, does 21 months in prison and 2 years probation for the mother of the child who shot his teacher seem reasonable?
I feel like that sounds about
It
right.
was
2 to
it
3
was
years.
her gun. It was her gun.
Yes, because you, as a responsible gun owner, you need to have your gun locked up. This is an elementary school kid, so this kid's very young. He should not have access to your gun. So yes, she should be going to jail. I don't know how long. 2 to 3 years sounds about right. So, yeah.
Kiki?
I don't know. I feel like my background is, is coming to the surface, but I feel like if parents are involved in this, for sure, when I'm working with like kids and their parents, a lot of the time, I'm not saying that there should be no repercussions, but like just going to prison, like what did you learn from that? The prison system already isn't the greatest. Like 21 years, 21 months in prison and 2 years probation. Did you like? You need to go to like a gun safety, something that's gonna let you know like the severity. This woman could have died. Like what? But I feel like most of the focus is being strictly focused on this parent, but also like what about like the kids' safety in the schools and stuff? Because I think didn't they tell her? I don't know. I'm gonna wait till you guys get deeper into the story, but I don't remember what the school exactly told her. But it was some wild ass stuff. I feel like I remember. I don't know. 21. I don't know. 21 is fitting for her, just her, for her to just take on this burden herself. But I do agree with you, Rob, that you should have had this stuff locked up. Because why does your elementary school kid have access to your gun like that? Just take it to school and you didn't know.
Right.
There.
Yeah, she's the irresponsible parent.
All right, so we're gonna go through this a little bit. Let's scroll down. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, so scroll up a little bit more. Okay, so her name is Deja Taylor. She pleaded guilty back in June to 2 federal firearm violations and using illegal drugs while possessing a gun and lying about her drug use when purchasing a gun. Federal agents searched her home less than 2 weeks after the shooting. According to court documents, the documents say agents found marijuana in a box and a box of ammunition in her home. Among other items, they also found marijuana when they searched Taylor's mother's home, where she was living at the time. Additionally, the ATF form she filled out when purchasing the firearm, she falsely said that she was not an unlawful user of marijuana or other controlled substances, documents say. Since then, prosecutors have asked the judge to revoke her bond after she tested positive for marijuana and cocaine 8 times. Taylor's legal team argued that despite facing a serious substance abuse problem, she was making progress. The judge allowed her to remain out on bond, stating that she was appreciative of Taylor's efforts to get clean. Her guilty plea came roughly 5 months after the shooting in January, in which police say her son, who was 6 years old at the
Oh,
time,
that's crazy. Lock her up.
shot his teacher, Abby's Winter, during class.
Oh, fuck, good 6-year-old even hold a gun. Let me stop.
So scroll down and we're going to read her witness great statement a little bit. Okay. She said her life would never be the same again and that the incident would not have happened had Taylor taken action. The judge denied Taylor's probation, stating the case cries for imprisonment and would not allow Taylor to self-surrender because of her substance use. The judge is recommending her to treatment while she serves her sentence. After her hearing, Taylor's attorney, Gene Rossi, said his client has accepted responsibility. She is incredibly remorseful, she's filled with guilt, and at no time does she intend or foresee the consequences of what happened.
There's so much wrong with this case, y'all.
It's a lot.
So much
Context
wrong.
matters.
Because as a 6-year-old, first off, you should be able to go up to your parent and be like, yeah, I don't like my teacher, da 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 da. Your teacher should be able, or your parents should be like, all right, let me call the teacher. Let's get a conference going and see what's going on. I feel like drugs fucked that whole part of this situation up.
Because
Yeah.
it's available at not just mom, but it's all over Meemaw's house too. Like that's crazy. Like it's just so easily accessible too. Like this, all this stuff is found in it. And on top of that, like this is like what June? When did the actual case happen?
January is when the assault happened. In June is when the case was happening.
Why?
No, but they said that she tested positive for like when she bought the gun initially and she failed and all that other stuff. Like, when did that happen? Because it didn't sound like it was far off how you read it.
No. So after she pled guilty is when she
Okay.
tested for that. And then
Mm.
after they searched the house because she lied at first and said like, "Oh, the gun's locked up. Like he didn't have access to it. I don't know how he got it." Blah blah blah. They searched her house 2 weeks later, found marijuana, bullets. The gun was in her purse, just hanging in her purse. Like
Wow.
there are other stories where the kid even testified, like, "Yeah, I waited till my mom went to sleep. I went in her purse, got the gun, put it in my backpack, went to school, and shot that bitch." I'm like,
He
"Yo,
said
as
all
a
that
6 year
like
old,
that.
That's what he
I
said.
don't."
Is that
Not
paraphrase?
But
verbatim,
Oh,
this is your
not
interpretation.
verbatim, not verbatim, but no, he definitely said shot that bitch. Like that was
Oh
word for word.
wow.
that's
I'm pretty sure I can
Oh
wild.
find it.
wow. But I'm
Scroll
also
down.
thinking like
Keep scrolling. It might be in
product
there.
of the environment possibly, because how did you know that this is how you
Nah,
have to handle things when people
No.
do things that you don't like? Because I would
Uh,
never think at 6 years old, you know, you might see somebody cuss somebody out. I'm not thinking, let me go inside it. Because she told me I can't play at recess. I'm going to go inside my mom's purse because this is how I know to handle things. That would never even cross my mind for a 6-year-old to be able to do that unless you've seen that somewhere. How do you know?
Drugs.
okay,
Crazy.
so the New York Times says Miss Taylor's son told investigators the shooting after the shooting that he had gotten the gun by climbing on the dresser. Prosecutors said that Miss Taylor told investigators that she might not have put the trigger lock on the gun the night before the shooting. It is
So that
inherently
was the only
dangerous
problem?
nature.
wait.
I
So
don't
this guy
know.
climbed on the
Still a
dresser to
lot
get to
wrong
the
with
gun.
that.
It's not locked up. I didn't put the safety on. My bad. Like, that's so okay. No, so maybe that 21 months is sounding right. It's sounding right.
Uh,
Nah, I don't sound long
yeah,
enough. No.
they said the police reported that they found quote unquote copious amounts of marijuana in packaging for marijuana edibles.
Your son just shot somebody. It's 2 weeks later, and you didn't think somebody was gonna come search your house. That didn't cross your mind.
Mm. I like to try and understand people's like frame of mind because like who's to say what you were doing or going through that you had to be doing all this knowing you have a kid and all these things. But like at some
She's
point
only
there's got to be some
26 years old,
accountability.
Kiki. She's only 26
That's
years old.
insane. Me who's almost there. That's insane. That's wild. I would never
So
do anything like that, but
The kid is 6 years old,
I
so
have a
she had her
question
son
for
in her
y'all.
20s.
What do you
that
do with the
actually makes
kid?
sense.
What happens to this kid?
It goes to live with Mima.
No,
No, he has to go to some type of
no, they
juvenile or
probably
something.
she wouldn't even be able to be staying with them because the weed is at grandma's house. So now you have to find another place to put the kid now, somewhere that's safe without this. Might be another
How,
relative or
how
somebody
y'all
else.
know Mima don't got a prescription?
Because it looked like they're in a state where it's not legal for medical.
Where they? Oh, they live in Virginia. Yeah, it's over with.
I could be wrong about that, but I
No.
don't think that's the case.
I'm pretty sure Virginia is a no go. Legal weed. Let's see.
It might
I
be
mean,
actually decriminalized in Virginia.
Oh,
I
they
mean,
may
I think,
possess not more than 1 ounce of cannabis. So
Yeah, there's
maybe.
a problem here. There's a problem.
but
I
I
could
think
tell.
regardless, the fact that it was at the setting where it was at, like they probably wouldn't be allowed to like stay there with them. They would have to like find somebody else that would be a more suitable guardian, I guess.
Yeah.
They got to
Or
figure this weed stuff out. This
or
weed and gun stuff.
bro, it's not like she had cocaine too.
Yeah.
And
Oh
if they
yeah,
There's a
no,
lot going
definitely.
on.
if they go into your house and they see that isn't put up and away from the child as well, now we're just dealing with like a litany of things. Like
Child
now,
neglect. Yeah.
let alone that the kid could get the gun. Now they can have drugs ingested into them just because they're near it.
Yeah, the context of her being 20 when she had him also probably makes a lot of sense. Maybe I don't know if probably just never got easier. Because I can't
No.
imagine having a kid at right now, let alone 20, trying to figure out all this stuff. And then this happens. I don't know.
What's
Right. You wake
the
up.
That's fine.
what's the over under this kid seeing? Don't be a menace.
He definitely has not seen it.
He might have.
He grew up on different violent movies. Equalizer.
I don't know. I don't even know what makes a 6-year-old want to shoot someone. Is it video games? Like, that's wild to
She
me.
probably took like his she probably took something from him.
I don't know. But that's all I had for y'all this week. What you
Um,
got for us?
We're at our hour mark. You guys want to do another video before we get off?
Do something fun.
All right. You guys want to do the Christian cha-cha slide?
Sure.
I personally think go ahead.
And so before we watch this video, this is exactly why we can't give white people shit.
Oh
They
my
always
God.
trying to fuck
Whoa.
something up.
Let me stop the podcast right there. Let me stop. The views that Rob
Oh
are
my
saying
God.
do not reflect the rest of the podcast or guests. It's Rob's views. He stands alone with his views. Rob can continue with going forward.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand on it. I'm gonna stand on business. We
Yeah,
cannot
you're-
give white people shit. They fuck up everything. They fucked up the dab. They fucking up the cha-cha slide. What's next? What's
You
next?
can't fuck up the cha-cha slide, Rob.
Watch. Okay, we'll see.
The instructions are in the song. You can't fuck up.
Now, if you make new songs, now if you make new instructions, watch this shit.
Then it's not the cha-cha slide. It's the almond milk slide.
Take a step of faith. Pray once this time. On the devil, let's stun. On temptation, let's stun. Bible slide, real smooth. Now praise and shout.
They didn't even cha-cha, dog.
Yeah, they was about to get funky with it. You didn't give him a chance. It's only a 30-second video.
Rob, I think I see a black person in that crowd.
What does that mean?
I think I see two.
What does
Oh
that mean?
yeah, maybe too. So I
Don't
don't know.
token
It's
me.
just white
Don't
people.
token them. Don't use that token shit.
I think black people
Rob.
are involved in this.
This is your own words. This is your video.
Spiritual milk.
Spiritual milk.
And there's
So it
definitely
looks,
a black
it looks
person.
like
back.
there's a little bit of chocolate in this almond milk. So I don't know.
I don't like it.
I'll be
I don't
honest.
know.
I don't like
I
it.
like. I didn't think that was wrong.
I just want to hear the rest of it. I want to see
Me
what
too.
I want to see how they get low with it. Like
Yeah.
what that step gonna be called?
What's the goal of the word?
Because he
I wanna
said
hear-
step on the devil one time. Ugh, they just need some rhythm. That's all they need. Once they get some rhythm with it, it'll be some hot shit. We'll probably
Because
put it
you
in
know
our
it could
church.
actually be something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Once you hear go to work, I feel like you do have to. It's mandatory. Like
go to work.
I would like to see how you do that.
Let black people remix this song and do some
Yeah.
dance. I bet you it'll become a TikTok trend, and Rob is going to
Because
say,
black
"Oh,
people did
same
it.
thing."
Because black people did it.
No,
Relax.
it's because we just have more rhythm. Someone with more rhythm than him needs to do it. That's all.
I agree.
Play the
I mean,
video.
because there's also rhythmless black people. There's a lot of them actually.
Play the video.
To the left. Take a step of faith.
Hey,
Pray once this time. On the
Honestly,
devil, let's
if I'm
stun.
paying attention just to the black in the back, they killing
Bible
it.
slide, real smooth.
They are. I was
hey.
Now praise and shout.
'Cause they got hip movement.
Rob wrong.
See?
Rob wrong.
See?
The black person
Don't
in
do
the
that.
back is killing it. He should have just been leading. Whoever's in the back should have just been leading it. That's the problem.
That's it. They should have just been moving a little bit saucier. You know, put a little bit of
I didn't see enough
steak
hip
in it.
movement. You got a cha-cha. It's all in the hips
Yo,
of the cha-cha.
Shorty in the
so
far
sensitive.
right was
Her best
moving.
fitted. Let's do this dance. Like they really try to get her some flavor and everything. They tried. It was nice. It was right.
They did not try.
They said, "Put on your fitted homegirl. We're about to do the cha-cha slide." But praise and shout.
Homegirl in
Did
the
they
back.
Right, look at that stain. She stomped the shit out the devil. Look.
Watch her slide. See?
Hey, did they record this on a
Oh.
Nokia phone? What is this? Why is the quality so bad?
It's gotta be old. It gotta be older.
Yeah, they gotta be old.
like someone recorded this on the
Somebody made that
Nokia
shit for
4.
Sunday school.
Did you know Rob was planning a trip to Japan?
Did you? Is that why you don't like going to church? Did they make you do this back in the day, Rob?
Nah,
The church cha-cha slide?
in my defense,
Is this
for the
why you
most
say
part-
it's brainwashing?
For the most part, I went to a black church growing up, and when we did switch to a quote unquote white church, it was pretty mixed, and they had video games, so it was pretty chill. But I will tell you this one story before we go. I got in trouble at a church camp one time because I got mad at the chick because she was trying to tell her whole story about how her boyfriend used to abuse her and shit, but then she found Jesus, blah 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 blah, right? She started talking shit about Tupac in the middle of her fucking thing. Hear me out. She got mad at Tupac because Tupac died, right? And her abusive boyfriend loved Tupac, and he listened to Tupac all the time. So she got mad at Tupac because of her abusive boyfriend, and I called her out on it, and I got in trouble and kicked out.
You deserved it.
Yeah,
He deserved
you
it.
gotta pick your chimes, and you don't fight every battle.
Nah, bro, we're not about to make Tupac to be out this. She was trying to say that because he was listening to Tupac and not
Rob,
Jesus, he became an abuser.
Rob,
I was
hear
like,
what
that's
you're
not how
saying.
that works, dog.
You're
I
in
hear
church.
what you're saying.
You're in church at this time, right?
I was church camp.
But when you, how can I say this?
You don't pick this battle to fight.
When you see a very steep hill, and you in your mind like, I know I can make this bitch. Sometimes you just take your time. You don't gotta sprint every time up the hill, Rob.
It just sounds like it's not what you say, but how you say kind of moment. But
No, I
don't
kind of
say
went after
anything
her.
at all.
I said I kind of went after her. That's all I remember. I was like, that's some bullshit.
I feel,
Oh, yes.
you know,
Wow. Sunday school service was lit that morning, I'm sure. I'm sure.
were you allowed back at that church?
Yeah, we were like at a camp, so like all the kids went off and shit, and she was just trying to tell her story. It wasn't even like church. It was just like her getting her shit off her chest type deal.
Yeah, I understand. It was a very sensitive, private moment, and you just told her about herself. I understand that. So, were you allowed back to the church?
Yes.
You were, okay.
I didn't like cuss
So
her
I
out
feel
or
like
nothing. I was just like,
I feel like the church was.
Tupac.
I feel like the church did everything it could, and God's will was done in that situation. Rob, good night.
And Rob's spirit moved him to say something to that
Hey,
lady.
if that's what the Spirit moved you to do, Rob, hey, you still baptized, you still going to church, right?
I'm just saying, bro. She was talking, bro. Darren, y'all don't understand. She was talking crazy about Tupac.
Well, you know,
like, why
maybe
you care
Tupac.
more about Tupac than your own child? And like, you were raping me and listen to Tupac. I'm like, bro, what is going on?
Why don't you just get up and walk away?
I
Nah,
feel
Darren,
like
I
it
felt
was
like
one
I
of
did
those
too.
moments you had to be there.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe you had to be there because the way Rob's telling this story, I don't know.
It was wild, bro. Darren, every black person scoffed. I was not the only black person. I'm just the only one that said something.
It just sounds like Tupac was a trigger for her. I thought this was a Sunday school lesson. Like,
Right.
if it was in that context, that'd be different, I guess.
Oh,
Well, did you have a Tupac ringtone or something, Rob? Like, why were you so triggered by this?
Bro, the crazy part is,
God.
I didn't like how she was trying to use Tupac to say that's what made her abusive boyfriend abusive and evil. I didn't like that. She was trying to say he influenced her to be like that. And when Tupac died, he started crying, and she didn't understand why you would cry over somebody like Tupac. And that's when I said something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
you should have just pulled out your 1990s
tried to say that he was white,
and
so
played
I couldn't use
Sorry
the
Mama
Black Pride argument against him and play this. I was like, fuck all that. Tupac was a beautiful soul.
Rob, when they make time travel available to normal people, I'm going back to this moment. And I'm going to watch you fuck up. And I'm not going to say shit the first 4 times I watch. But the fifth time I go back, I'm going to save you from this moment. Because I feel like this is a defining point in your life.
One more thing.
I don't think you'd be able to like control yourself.
I probably should have chilled out. But at this same church camp, I thought I saw Jesus.
No, my God. Y'all was doing ayahuasca. You was in a cult. You was not in church. I knew you was in a cult.
So they brought this DJ in, right? And it was playing.
They had little red solo cups of red Kool-Aid, huh?
No, they had grape juice. They brought this DJ in, right? He was like a DJ, but he was like an EDM Christian DJ. And he had the place rocking, right? He had the bitch rocking.
Did you ask him to play Tupac?
No. Sure.
Oh, that was your chance.
No,
when I go back in time, rocking, that's what I'm gonna do.
People were like falling on the ground. People saying they were like finding God and shit. And we're all like middle schoolers. So I was going into high school. And all I see this guy walk out in short shorts with long hair, white dude with a beard. I just stared at him for 5 minutes. I was like, did Jesus just come in and towards this building? Then I figured out he was just like a musician. But I thought I saw Jesus in short shorts and long hair.
Were there
and a
any?
tie-dye shirt.
Were there any mist sprays, waters? Were you guys touching each other's hands? Anything happening of the sort?
I mean, we did prayer.
Yeah, I don't know, Rob. Every time you keep describing this thing, man.
No, if you did go back to the time travel, I would like to come as well. I would love to see this Sunday school.
Do you remember what year this was?
When we go back in time, when Rob hears black people scoffing, it's going to be us. It's going to be us.
We wouldn't be able to stop. We would just bust out laughing and expose ourselves. We would lose our time travel card.
What
this
year
had to
is
be like
this?
07, 06, 08.
06?
Oh
06
my
to
gosh.
08. Okay, that's only 150 weekends we have to try.
It was during the summer.
Wow.
We can close the gap.
Oh, okay. So that's only, 3 months? That's 12, 36 weekends we got to try.
That camp was so wild, bro. Like, we had this camp counselor, because we all slept in cabins. He slept butt-ass naked. So one day we got in trouble. He got up
Rob,
butt-ass naked.
No, we're not having
And we
your
were like,
counseling
I know this
session.
nigga ain't sleeping butt-ass naked in here with a bunch of, like, middle schoolers.
Bro, you
Oh
need
my
to
God.
call somebody. You might need to call somebody. You
That
might
camp
got
was so wild.
When you
We got to end the podcast.
Did you tell someone about this, Rob?
the camp
Get out of here.
counselor?
Get out of here.
Have you told anyone besides us this?
Yeah, we told like our other camp counselor, and he was just like, yeah, he's just a weirdo like that.
No, you were in a fucking cult, dude. There's
See?
no way. There's no way. There's no
Nah,
way.
it was wild. It was wild.
My
We got in so
church
much
is
trouble.
letting that go through.
Y'all should have another topic about how likely y'all would be to join a cult. Honestly.
Rob would clearly be the first person there.
100%. Like, if you can tell me just like ROI benefit wise, like joining this cult will get you, I'll be like, I got free Thursdays. But if you beating around the bush being sneaky, I'm not with it. You got to be straight up with me. Like
the cult itself telling you what you're getting into?
Like if the cult tells me up front, like, hey, 90% of the time we're just going to be in hoods chanting. 10% of the time we're going to be doing some weird shit. I'll be like, I got Thursdays free. Like, can I skip the weird shit and just get the benefits?
No.
This is how Scientology.
I don't think that's how cults work.
Like, I'll just drive y'all there.
Yeah, like, you gotta be committed.
Playing Tupac.
Yeah, playing Tupac.
All right.
Did she ever tell you what her boyfriend's favorite Tupac song was?
Nah, she was just so mad at Tupac.
All right, that's what I'm gonna find out for us when they make time machines.
Those camps are so wild. This girl got broken up with. She was crying the whole time.
She got broken up at camp?
Oh yeah. So homeboy, listen to this. Homeboy was a player. They were dating before. Soon as they got there, he broke up with her. Then immediately got with another girl that was in her same cabin. And she was crying. She hated men. She found Jesus apparently.
Church camp is actually the wildest. Actually,
homeboy was a devil. He was like rubbing her, like intentionally rubbing the girl on her face. It was so crazy.
That's where I learned my one and only joke was from church camp.
What? What's your joke?
I'm telling you.
It's long. It's like 5 minutes long. Do we have time?
A 5-minute joke?
It's the only one I remember. It's the only joke I remember, and I learned it from church camp.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. We'll save it for next week. We'll open the podcast with it. We'll make people wait for it.
Hey, next week is Thanksgiving, so we'll see.
Oh fuck, I forgot about
I might have to make a Thanksgiving one joke.
All right. Anybody got anything else to say before you wrap up?
No, we can do more than what I thought we would.
Do we have any other funny videos to go out on? Or are we done?
You guys want to watch? Yeah, I got one. Just watch this
All right,
video.
let's do that. Perfect.
Just watch this video.
No, you gotta warn me before we do this shit. No. What the hell?
今までありがとう。
神様、一生のお願いです。
If this was an anime porn, it would be so much better.
そなたの望みを一つだけ叶えてあげよう。助かった。あなた。20歳の肌にしてください。
え
20歳の肌にエステワム。
This is an advertisement.
I want a roller coaster. 10 out of 10. I was scared. I was happy. It was great. These Japanese people know how to make a fucking show.
And on that note, I'd like to thank everybody for listening
Wow.
to another episode of the Purple Pill Podcast. This is episode 138
Wow.
of the Purple Pill Podcast. Down below, let us know in the comment section what rapper you would defend if somebody attacked them. Peace out.
At church camp.
At church camp. Peace out.